Hey Leo, it's September 2020, and this reading is for that time period. Hopefully, it resonates with you. For the time period of around September 2020, maybe a little bit into the future. Maybe the cards will tell us a little bit about your past as well. Most likely, they will. I shuffled off camera. You saw me shuffle a couple times here. Let's see what's going on. Got a lot of major arcana right off the bat. Got 5 out of 8 cards. Two of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. 7 out of 12 cards in the spread are major arcana cards. Give me just a second. I feel like you're overcoming some loss or injury, be it emotional or physical. I think it's emotional. I think it is. You've been hurt by somebody who was deceitful, who was uh, dishonest and taking you for anything that they could get from you. Behind your back, they were willing to do whatever they wanted, even though you were trusting and loyal to them. And I think that at some point you must have figured out what was going on, what the game was, and it hurt. It definitely hurt, and you had to go it alone. You realized that you were going to have to go it alone. And eventually you did. But the good news is that that was a great call, because moving forward from that, um, even though I think that you were probably afraid for a long time, I think that you saw the writing on the wall and were just afraid to make your move. You put it off. You kept saying, I know I'm going to have to leave. I know the truth, but I'm going to put it off for a little while longer. And you kept it at bay. And I think to some extent that probably made things a lot, I mean, sure, it made things a lot worse. Because not only then do you know you have something difficult to do, but you also have the anxiety of knowing that you're putting off something difficult and complicating the situation. But once you do own that, once you do own the fact that you would have to move forward alone, things take a much more positive turn, because you get to shed all of the weight of knowing that you have this important thing that you have to do and that you've been putting off. And you're glad to have done it. You're glad to have torn down this established way of being. You're glad to have let go of this situation instead of holding on to everything that's disappointing and wrong about it and that's keeping you stagnant. You are tearing yourself free. You've cut yourself free from the things that are binding you in this situation. And it's the proper thing to do. It's the way forward for you. It's the way to have integrity in the situation towards yourself and this other person, because you're not, as they deceive you, you're kind of deceiving them too, because you're being loyal to somebody that you know is not, you know deep down that they're not worthy of it. And you know it's not where you want to be, but you're staying there too, and that's deceitful in its own way. I'm not trying to justify what they did because they've made their own bed. But you are not being your truest self when you are not willing to acknowledge that it's not what you want and you're not being true to them. So you just need to own that and tell the truth. Let the truth set you free in this situation. Look at it from any angle that you have to be able to accept that you made a mistake getting involved with this person. They were not who they made themselves out to be. They were hurtful toward you, and you want to move forward towards a positive outcome. You don't want to waste more time. You don't want to waste any more time sitting on your ass, holding on to your insecurities and fear that if you let go of this person, things will somehow be worse, because they're not going to be worse. They're not going to be worse. Please tell me more about this person. I think that they fucked around on you. They, again, when your back is turned, they're willing to do whatever it takes to get theirs. They couldn't give less of a shit about how it hurts you, or just being a person of integrity, being a person of character. That's not something that they're concerned with. That's something I feel like that's something you're concerned with about yourself. And I think there's an element of assumption that the person that you're dealing with is the same because that's how you are, but they're not at all. They have a very different attitude, but you are cutting that out. You're getting away from that for sure. You are, for all intents and purposes, taking your ball and going home because you should. You're like, well, I've made my offer. I've put forward. I put everything on the table, I told you who I was. I told you what I wanted to offer you. I was sincere and made effort to make this work. And you fucked around. As the kids say, you fucked around and found out, because I'm fucking gone. You want to play games? You're welcome to play games, but you're going to have to play them with somebody else now, because I'm taking my ball and going home. Get a couple more from these Energy Oracle cards. Hostilities all tied up. The World on the bottom of the deck. So I feel like this is describing that energy with this person of just the dynamics of this relationship where you feel bound to it. It's funny because this all tied up is right below the Hangman. I talked about cutting yourself free from the situation, and it comes up again. I don't know if you're still with this person or what's going on, but there is this element of feeling bound in this situation, feeling like there's nothing you can do, while this person is just doing whatever they want. They don't care. Again, this is the message that I was saying a minute ago, but it's reiterated here in these cards, that you're kind of willing to stay attached to this And as long as you're willing to put up with really horrible, disrespectful behavior, this person has no incentive to change the situation, anything else, because all they want is to get theirs by any means necessary, by deceit, whatever. They couldn't care less. And as long as you're willing to put up with it, they'll say, hey, it's all good. All is fair when you consent to your involvement in this. But you need to trust the higher perspective that your world can change in a more positive way, and the first step is to release this situation, this very, very toxic person from your life, and move forward. The things that are ahead of you are much better than anything that they're offering you, because they're not offering you anything really other than lies. I don't think that this person is honest with you at all. And I think the longer you stay entangled in their lives, the more pain they're going to cause you, the more long-term damage they're going to do. And your best bet is to take the higher perspective and get out of Dodge. I hope that resonates with you. That's not like the most positive reading in the world, but things are looking forward in the future if you're willing to make the short-term quote-unquote sacrifice. Cut this person loose. Cut yourself free from the situation. Move forward, because without them, don't be afraid to move forward alone. A lot of people, and I get it because I've been there and that's how I know, a lot of people are scared. That's why you get in that situation where you know eventually I'm going to have to leave because this is unacceptable, and then you put it off. You're scared to own that. You're scared to go by yourself. There's something intimidating about that hermit energy, about I'm going to trust the truth, even if it means that I stand alone. But there's no way this situation becomes the Six of Wands movement into the sun without going alone, at least for a while. It's not as bad as you think it's going to be. I promise you that. It's just scary to take those steps. Putting it off is a mistake. Putting it off is more damage. Putting it off is more of a blow to your self-esteem. And there's no reason to remain entangled with this person anymore. There's no reason at all to do it. So yeah, like I said, I hope that resonates with you. I hope that it's a good month. I hope that if you haven't done this yet, that you do very soon, because you'll see that it is a very positive move on your part. Take care of yourself. Bye.